Good evening. My name is Buffy from the Recovering Perfectionist Mama podcast, Grace in Progress. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Glad to have you. Let me go into a little bit about me since we haven't met. I'm a lifestyle creator on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, discovering and speaking about women's lifestyle topics such as marriage, family, children, mindset shifts, confidence shifts, mental health, fitness, nutrition, beauty, home, parenting, lifestyle hacks, as well as like biohacking, the microbiome, things to help you level up. My ultimate goal would be to build a community of women who are leveling up as we speak, as well as learning the tips and the tools to help them level up. And so that you can generally have a legacy of where you had a great life, you showed your children what it meant to have a great life, and they modeled their life after yours, and generations of happy people are a part of your legacy, which is awesome. I like to learn a lot of new information, cutting edge information. I like to share information as well. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, let's dive in. So today we're going to talk about Unshakeable, how to build confidence that doesn't crack, right? Confidence that is not just a facade, actual confidence with actionable tips and strategies. I'll admit that it's not easy to be confident sometimes, especially with social media, especially with everyone, kind of the mean girls in the world at times, who are constantly looking to tear others down, to make themselves look better. I, for one, am a girl's girl. I support women. I try this, which is why I want us all to level up and have a great life and have life exceed our expectations, right? So I think that building confidence and having actionable tips and strategies and things to avoid is definitely something that we can all work on, right? And the fake it till you make it doesn't always work, doesn't really work. It just kind of leaves you, it's kind of like a shell of confidence, right? Because it's almost a facade, which we don't want a facade. We want actual unshakable confidence. So here we go. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately shrunk? Like suddenly you're questioning everything, how you look, what you sound like, if you even belong there. Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't something you have or don't have. It's something you build. And once you build it in the right way, it's unshakable. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to do that. No fluff, just real strategies, real mindset shifts, and yes, some mistakes to dodge like landmines. Let's go. Let me tell you a funny story about when I first started dating my now husband. He had a law firm event that he had to go to. And it was like a benefit, and of course here I am, this college student who had not been to events like this, and I felt very overwhelmed because I knew that, he was like, his reputation potentially could be on the line, so I didn't want to embarrass him, I didn't want to humiliate him, anything like that. And so we had this dinner, and of course, there's all of these settings and silverware and etiquette and stuff, which I had taken an etiquette class, which I'm pretty sure that I didn't do very well that particular day, because there was a gentleman who was asking for, I believe, cream for his coffee. And so I remember literally handing him like this little, I don't know what you call it. It was kind of like I had a handle, and it almost looked like creamer is what it looked like to me. So I passed it to him, and he was like, "This isn't creamer, this is ranch dressing." To which, and he wasn't quiet about it. To which point, people were looking at me and kind of tittering or laughing. And I know my face turned red, and I just kind of looked at my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I wanted to crawl under the table and never come out." But I didn't do that, right? I just kind of laughed it off. "Oh, sorry. I guess they both look kind of the same consistency." Ha ha ha, Meanwhile, I'm dying inside, right? You guys ever had one of those incidents? So let's talk about what you're going to learn today. By the end of the episode, you're going to know 4 things. You're going to know how to develop real confidence, not fake it till you make it energy, because that's fake. Let's not be fake. What you can always count on from me is I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be authentic. I'm not going to give you stuff that I personally wouldn't do. Like, I'm a terrible liar. I don't lie. I don't like to be fake at all, right? What you see with me is what you get. You can promise authentic answers, compassionate answers, strategies that are actually going to level you up, not make you look silly like me when I pass the ranch dressing instead of the creamer, right? Like, okay, I know what it's like to be in that scenario that's embarrassing and, try to kind of laugh it off. I mean, what else do you do? 6 practical, repeatable strategies to boost your self-belief. Because honestly, if you don't think that you can be confident, you can't, right? Self-belief is a major component of confidence. And you have to believe that you're worthy of this, that you can do this, and that you can level up, and you can. 4 things you're probably doing that are secretly killing your confidence. And how to stay solid when the world tries to shake you. And as we know, the world does shake us a lot sometimes, right? Some get shaken more than others. But be confident in yourself. You're worthy. And you got this. So, what real confidence is and what it's not. So let's get clear. Confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. Spoiler alert, often the loudest person in the room is also the least confident. They're just wanting attention. They're wanting validation. And that has been the way that they have been able to achieve it and get it. It's not arrogance. So it's not being pompous and hateful and nasty to people. Oftentimes the bullies, they are the least self-confident people that we'll run into. It's not about being fearless. And it sure as hell isn't about perfection. Yes, I know this as well, right? I used to think that if I were perfect, then I would have confidence and things would be great. Spoiler alert, as we all know, no one's perfect. Real confidence is trusting yourself in the moment, being okay with not having all the answers, and showing up anyway. I think of Elle Woods. I don't know how many of you have seen Legally Blonde, where she accidentally overheard that they were going to have a costume contest. And so she dressed up for a costume contest, a costume party. There really wasn't a costume party. It was a ruse to embarrass her and humiliate her. But the way that she handled it and like kind of shook it off, that's what we need to do. That's the confidence. Like, yeah, I look silly. I showed up as a bunny, but there's no costume. So, boy, this is a really fun party. Meaning, this is awkward and weird, and how the heck am I going to get out of this? But she did it, right? Confidence is built through action, repetition, and a little strategy. Which brings me to this. Let's break it down. Keep micro promises to yourself. Every time you'll do something, you say you'll do something and you don't, you chip away at your self-trust. If there's one person that you need to count on and you need to believe and you need to trust, it's yourself. Start small. Drink that water. Make that call. Send that email. Build that muscle through follow through. And I'm bad about living up to certain things that I promise myself. It's always like tomorrow, especially in the busy seasons, being a mother, wife, all of that, small business owner, things like that. Also, stack your wins. Write them down, big or small. Momentum loves evidence, and confidence feeds off proof that you can. Audit your inputs. Who are you listening to? What are you watching? If you're scrolling through highlight reels 24/7, you're soaking in doubt. Protect your brain like it's your bank account, right? Would you throw your money away like sending people money on Instagram or, certain televangelists like sending them money? Probably not, right? So why are you doing that to your own self-worth and your brain? What you put in your brain is going to come out, right? What you fill your brain, our brain is very valuable. We have to be careful the things and the influences that we absorb because they absorb us, and sometimes they even come to roost in the middle of the night when our defenses are down, right? So we need to be careful about what we put into our body. Input good, output good, right? Learn to self-coach, strategy 4. You're going to hear your inner critic, whether you want to or not. I will say the best thing that helped me with my inner critic was doing, and it sounds silly to some of you maybe, but doing Whole 30 legitimately like kept that inner critic at bay. And she has not been back since, which I'm okay with, right? I mean, there's more than enough negative influences. I don't need someone in my head giving me a play-by-play of my day over and over again. That's a given. But practice flipping the script. When you catch a negative thought, ask, would I say this to a friend? If not, reframe it. It's not useful. It's not necessary. It's not building you up. It's just tearing you down and further eroding your confidence that you're trying to build. Strategy 6, define your why. Confidence built on external validation is wobbly. But when it's rooted in your values and your mission, bulletproof. Take time to ask, why does this matter to me? Just don't assume that it's a given, because it may not be. Why does this matter to you? And then there may be instances where you're like, you know what, this really doesn't matter to me anymore. It used to be a dream that I held onto and I wanted to achieve, and now it's like, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Then move on to something that's actually worth your time. Let's talk about confidence killers and what to avoid. Comparison traps, right? What do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy. You can be happy, with your car that is paid off, and then all of a sudden, maybe a Beamer or some other fancy car drives up and you're like, I would love to have that car. But you were happy with the car you had because it was paid off before you saw what you thought was a better option, right? And we do that. It's not just about cars. It's not material things. Sometimes it's like, oh my goodness, I wish I had her hair, or I wish I was skinny like her, or I wish any number of things, right? Or, oh my goodness, her husband's so awesome. I wish my husband was like that. Any number of things, right? We always want to compare, always, because we're a very competitive group, aren't we? As a whole, humans are. So Instagram is not real life. Don't measure your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, because clearly they're wanting attention. Clearly they're wanting to look good. I mean, they're not going to show you that maybe they haven't done laundry in a week. They're not going to show you that they haven't any number of things that are not perfect, right? That's not the point. The point is to make you envy them, to want to be them, so they get the attention, they get the validation, and they feel good about themselves. Overthinking everything. You don't need a perfect plan, just a next step. Confidence loves action. Waiting for permission. No one's coming to anoint you. Decide you're qualified and then act like it. Confidence breeds confidence. Avoiding discomfort. I'm guilty of this one sometimes. Comfort zones are confidence killers. If you never stretch, you never grow. Stop hiding in the easy. Easier said than done sometimes, right? Let's talk about confidence in real life. Let's talk scenarios. Because confidence isn't just a concept, it's a skill you live. So in job interviews, prepare like a pro, but speak like a human. Show that you're relatable. Show that you're able to communicate. That's really important. A lot of people are losing the art of communication, unfortunately. Remember, you're interviewing them too. Yeah, they may like you, but do you like them? Do you feel comfortable with them? Do you think this is where you want to be? On stage or in presentations, nerves are normal. Reframe them as energy, the energy that you feel. Practice in low-stakes settings. In relationships, confidence means boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk away. With yourself, your self-talk is either armor or acid. Choose the words that build. Let's talk about, here's a bonus, energy respecting confidence. Let's talk about that. Confidence is in a 24/7 hype mode, right? You would be exhausted, right? And it would be fake and inauthentic, and no one would actually believe that you were confident. They might just think you're a loudmouth or you're hyper or crazy or something, whatever they may think. Some of us are introverted, some of us are neurodivergent, some are highly sensitive, and that's valid. Confidence looks different to everyone. Here's how to honor your energy there. Build recovery time into your calendar. Say no without guilt, right? No is a complete sentence. Don't fake extroversion. Own your own quiet power. So for a quick recap, confidence isn't magic, it's maintenance. You build it through action, protect it through boundaries, and live it by choice. You're not born with it, you become it. If this episode hit you in the gut, share it. Send it to that one friend who needs a boost. And hey, don't just listen, apply what we've talked about. Pick one strategy and start today. And if you're serious about leveling up, which I'm big on leveling up, guys, hit subscribe, leave a review, and let me know what tips spoke to you most over on Instagram. And again, the name is recovering_perfectionist_mama. So, real confidence isn't loud, fake, or flashy. It's built through trust, action, and boundaries. And in this episode, we talked about 6 real-world strategies to build unshakable self-confidence and 4 traps to avoid that silently sabotage your power. Fast, actionable, and honest. Let's go, guys. We got this. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope that you will tune in again soon. Again, I'm Buffy from the Recovering Perfectionist Mama Grace in Progress podcast, and I hope you got something out of today's episode. Have a great day and join us soon, please.